Good morning, children. Last class I have completed with zoology lesson number 4, and today I am going to start with botany. Children, already we have completed 2 lessons, that is lesson number 7 and 8, and since we completed those 2 lessons, let's complete the 6th lesson also, and we'll go for beginning. Okay, children. So as per this 6th lesson, the topic is principle of ecology. Under this topic, we are going to see how the organisms are interact with their environment and various biotic and abiotic factors and its influence on population. Then how organisms are adapt themselves to the environmental changes. All we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, children. Let's see. Ecology. Ecology is a division of biology which deals with the study of environment in relation to organism. It's called what? Ecology. Okay, it is a 2-mark question, children. Please bracket it. That is, ecology is nothing but the study of environment in relation to organism. It can be studied by considering individual organism, population, community, biome or biosphere and their environment. While observing our different environment, one can ask questions like, why do plant or animals vary with the places? What are the causes for variation in biological diversity of different places? All questions we can have, isn't it, children? And then how soil, climate and other physical features affect the flora and fauna or vice versa. So these are the questions raised among us. Then these questions can be better answered with the study of ecology. For these all questions, we can study the ecology in better. We will get a clear answer for this above questions. Okay, children. Ecology is essentially a practical science involving experiment, continuous observation to predict how organisms react to particular environmental circumstances and understanding the principles involved in ecology. So ecology, it's about ecology. Let's see about the terms of ecology. The term ecology is derived from 2 Greek words. What are these 2 words? Ecos, that is ecos meaning house or dwelling place, and logos meaning study. So the study of living place is called what, or dwelling place is called ecology. It was first proposed by Reiter, 1-mark question, who proposed the term ecology, Reiter. However, the most widely accepted definition of ecology was given by Ernest Haeckel. So Ernest Haeckel given a definition for ecology, and this definition is widely accepted by the peoples. Alexander, see that bracket, Alexander von Humboldt, father of ecology. Then Eugene P. Odum, father of modern ecology, or Misra, father of Indian ecology. So these are 1-mark question, children. Let's see 2 definition we are having for ecology, children. First one is ecology definition given by Reiter. Another one is Ernest Haeckel. Already we have seen that the definition given by Ernest Haeckel is widely accepted one, isn't it? So what about definition for ecology as per Reiter? The study of living organisms, both plants and animals, in their natural habitat or home is called ecology. As per Reiter, the ecology defined as study of living organisms, the living organism either plant or animals, in their natural habitats or home is called ecology. And as per Ernest Haeckel, the definition for ecology is the study of the reciprocal relationship between the living organism and their environment. This is a widely accepted definition for ecology given by Ernest Haeckel. As per him, ecology is the study of reciprocal, this word is important, reciprocal relationship between whom? Organisms and their environment. So this is the best definition. You will have a question, define ecology as per Reiter or define ecology as per Ernest Haeckel, or how Ernest Haeckel defined the definition or term ecology, or how Reiter defined the term ecology. Like that you will have question, children. Accordingly, please give the answer. Then next one is another 2-mark question, ecological hierarchy. What is ecological hierarchy? The interaction of organisms with their environment result in the establishment of grouping of organisms, which is called ecological hierarchy or ecological levels of organization. Interaction of organism with their environment, isn't it right? As per the definition of ecology, reciprocal interaction between the organism and its environment, isn't it? Here, the interaction of organism with their environment result in the establishment of group of organisms, which is called ecological hierarchy or ecological level of organization. See here, when individual organism group together form a population, when population together form a community, community grouped together form ecosystem, ecosystem grouped into landscape, landscape into biome, biome into biosphere, right? So like that, when the organism interact with the environment, it give a grouping of organism, and which is called ecological hierarchy or ecological levels of organization. The basic unit of ecological hierarchy is an individual organism. The hierarchical of ecological system is illustrated below. Okay, so you see here the hierarchy of ecological system is given, children. Where in a ecological hierarchy, which is the basic unit, you see in the individual organism is the basic unit. When individual organism, many individual organisms together form a group called population. Like that population, many population together form a community. Many community together form ecosystem, ecosystem into landscape and biome and biosphere. This is an ecological hierarchy illustrated as a systemic flow. Okay, children. So here you will have a two mark question. Define ecological hierarchy. Next, branches of ecology. See, children, here in the as per this lesson you will get many 2-mark questions, many 5-mark questions. Okay, so here another 2-mark question, articology, syncology are the two branches of ecology. So what are the two branches, articology and syncology? Articology means what? Ecology of an individual species and is also called species ecology. So that means what? Ecology deals with single species, single individual, not a species, single individual is called articology. So what is syncology? So that syncology is the ecology of population or community. So here what a group become. In as per the articology, ecology of individual species is called articology, individual species. Here syncology means what? Population or community, ecology of population or community with one or more species. There in articology we are considering individual species. The individual species means what? One species. Here in syncology, population and community. When we take a population, the population should consist of many species. So it has one or more species and also called as community ecology. So articology is called as species ecology and this syncology is called as community ecology. So these are the two branches of ecology. 2-mark question, children, bracket it. Many advances and developments in the field ecology resulted in various new dimensions and branches. Some of the advanced fields are molecular ecology, ecotechnology, statistical ecology and environmental toxicology. These are the advanced field in the ecology. Okay, next, habitat and niche. What is habitat? You know very well. Habitat is a specific physical place or locality occupied by an organism or any species which has a particular combination of abiotic or environmental factor. But the environment of any community is called what? Biotope. So what is biotope? Environment of any community is called biotope. Habitat definition, 2-mark question. Habitat is a specific physical place or locality occupied by an organism or any species which has a particular combination. That locality has a particular combination of abiotic and environmental factors. But the environment of any community is called biotope. Next, niche. An ecological niche refers to an organism, place in the biotic environment and its functional role in an ecosystem. Here niche is differ from habitat. Niche also including the biotic habitat of organism, biotic place of organism, but along with what role or what function that organism play in that biotic environment also added in niche. So it is a key point. Functional role in an ecosystem is a key point for this 1 mark question, and biotic environment 1 mark question. So define niche is a 2 mark question. An ecological niche refers to an organism's place in the biotic environment, one keyword, and its functional role, another keyword. For this 1 mark, 2 mark. Okay, the term was coined by naturalist Roswell Hill Johnson, but Grinnell was probably first to use this term. Okay, next, the habitat and niche of any organism is called ecotope. Okay, habitat and niche of any organism is called ecotope. So here we have to see biotope. Biotope means what? Environment is of any community is biotope. Here the habitat and niche of any organism is called ecotope. So differentiate between biotope and ecotope. Okay, so 2 mark question. The difference between habitat and niche are as follows. It is a 3 mark question, children. Habitat, a specific physical space occupied by an organism is called habitat. A functional space occupied by an organism in the same ecosystem is called niche. So in habitat, the we will not include the functions of the organism performed in that physical space is not mentioned. But in niche, along with the physical phase, they have mentioned the function of the organism also. Next, second point, same habitat may be shared by many organisms. Here a single niche is occupied by a single species. Habitat specificity is exhibited by organism. Organism may change their niche with time and season. Okay, these are the difference between habitat and niche. You will get it as a 3 mark question, children. Next one, ecological equivalence, another 2 mark question. What are ecological equivalence? Okay, taxonomically different species occupying similar habitat in different geographical regions are called ecological equivalence. So taxonomically means what? As per the classification, different species, yes, right, occupying similar habitat in different geographical regions. Okay, what is see if you take an aquatic system, say for an example, example of pond. Pond is an aquatic ecosystem. In this pond, not alone a fish is dwelling. In that, other species of animals and plants also present. So same habitat like pond, in that same habitat different species also occupied, but different geographical regions. So what are different geographical regions? The pond is present in the tundra region, the palm is present in the tropical region, the pond is present in the temperate region, the pond is present in the desert region. So these are the different geographical region. In all the different geographical regions, ponds are present. So pond consists of different species. Okay, so it is an example I am giving, like that different habitat is there. These different habitat are present in the different geographical region, and this is called what? Ecological equivalence. So taxonomically different species occupying similar habitats in different geographical regions are called ecological equivalence. Next example, certain species of epiphytic orchids of Western Ghats of India differ from the epiphytic orchids of South America, but they are epiphytes, isn't it? Different, this here it indicates what? Different geographical area. India is a different geographical area. It differs from South America. Both they are having epiphytic orchid. That epiphytic orchids of India is differ from epiphytic orchids of South America, but both are epiphytes. That's an example of what? Ecological equivalence. Then species of the grasslands of Western Ghats of India differ from the grass species of temperate grasslands of steppe in North America, but they are all ecologically primary producer and fulfilling similar roles in their respective communities. Okay, this is what an example of what, children? Ecological equivalence. Next, we are going to see ecological factors. Many organisms coexist in an environment. The environment includes physical, chemical, biological components, you know very well. So, if we take any environment, the environment consists of three factors: physical factor, chemical factors, and biological factor. When components surrounding an organism affect the life of an organism, it becomes a factor. So, when a component, any X or Y component, if it is present in the surrounding organism and it affects the organism's life, and it becomes a factor. Okay, all such factors together are called environmental factor or ecological factors. So the factors which affect organism in one or another way, which are present in the surroundings, are called environmental factors or ecological factors. These factors can be classified into living biotic factor and non-living abiotic factor, which make the environment of an organism. However, the ecological factors are meaningfully grouped into four classes. What are the four classes of ecological factors? 2-mark question. Climatic factors, ectopic factors, topographic factors, biotic factors. We will discuss the above factors in a concise manner. Then, next, climatic factors. Climate is one of the important natural factors controlling the plant life. The climatic factors includes light, temperature, water, wind, and fire. So, what are the climatic factors? It is a important factor. It's present naturally and it controlling the plant life. Okay. So, okay, right. What are the climatic factors? Light, temperature, water, wind, and fire are considered as what? Climatic factors. Okay, children. Let's see about light first. You know very well, light we are getting from where? Sun only. Light is a well-known factor needed for the basic biological process of plants such as photosynthesis, transpiration, seed germination, and flowering. The portion of the sunlight which can be resolved by the human eye is called what? Visible light. Okay. See children, we are getting various light from the sun, but the light which is visible to our eyes is called what? Visible light. The visible part of the light is made up of wavelength from 400 nm, that is violet, to 700 nm, that is red. The rate of photosynthesis is maximum at blue, that is 400 to 500, and red 600 to 700. The green, that is 500 to 600 nanometer wavelength of spectrum, is less strongly absorbed by the plant. Okay, here we are speaking about light. See, light is a well-known factor, we know very well, which are essential for the basic physiological process of plant. What are the physiological process? Such as photosynthesis, transpiration, seed germination, flowering. These are the various physiological process. For this process, light is essential for plant. Okay, so as I said, the light which is seen by eyes, our eyes, are called visible lights. The visible light wavelength from 400 to 700 nm. In among this, the wavelength of 400, that is violet light, and 700 red light. These two these two are the two extremes of the wavelength. Among these two extremes, the rate of photosynthesis is maximum in blue and red. The wavelength of blue is 400 to 500 and the wavelength of red is 600 to 700 nm. The green wavelength, that is in between 500 and 600, wavelength of spectrum, is less strongly absorbed by the plant. Next, effects of light on plants you will get through this flow chart, children. Please go through it. Based on the tolerance to intensity of light, the plants are divided into two types. What are there? Heliophytes. What is heliophytes? Light-loving plants are called heliophytes. Example, angiosperm. Then zeophytes. Shade-loving plants are called zeophytes. Example, bryophytes and pteridophytes. So, paleoclimatology, all please you bracket it, children, and go through it for 2-mark question. Next, light climatic factor is, next to light is temperature. Temperature is one of the important factor which affect almost all the metabolic activity of organisms. Every physiological process in an organism require an optimum temperature, yes of course, at which it shows the maximum metabolic rate. Three limits of temperature can be recognized for any organism: minimum, optimum and maximum temperature. Minimum temperature, physiological activities are lowest. Optimum temperature, physiological activities are maximum. And maximum temperature, physiological activities will stop. So these are the three limits of temperature which influence the physiological activity of organisms. Okay, and based on the temperature prevailing in an area, Runker classified the world's vegetation into the following four types. They are megatherms, mesotherms, microtherms and hegistotherms. In thermal spring and deep sea hydrothermal vents, the average temperature exceeds 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, based on the range of thermal tolerance, organisms are divided into two types. What are the two types of organism? Eurythermal and stenothermal. This is a 3-mark question. Bracket it. Differentiate between eurythermal and stenothermal. Organism which can tolerate a wide range of temperature are called eurythermal. A wide range of temperature fluctuation. Example, Zoostra, a marine angiosperm, and Artemisia tritentata. And next one is stenothermal ulta, organism which can tolerate only small range of temperature variation. Example, mango and palm. Then mango plant does not grow in temperate countries like Canada and Germany. Next, thermal stratification. It is a 3-mark question. Sometimes you will get as a 5-mark question also. It is usually found in aquatic habitat. Thermal stratification we can see in the aquatic habitat only. The change in the temperature profile with increasing depth in a water body is called thermal stratification. What is thermal stratification? And give a level of thermal stratification in aquatic ecosystem with a diagram. You will get a question very simple manner for 5-mark question. For definition 2-mark, a diagram 1 mark, another 3 type of thermal stratification 2-mark question. So please don't avoid this, complete it children. First one is epilemnion. The epilemnion, the upper layer of the warmer water in the pond is called what? Epilemnion. Then what is metalemnion? The middle layer with a zone of gradual decrease in the temperature is called metalemnion. Hypolemnion, the bottom layer of colder water is called what? Hypolemnion. Next, temperature based zonation. Variation in latitude and altitude to affect the temperature and the vegetation on the earth's surface. The latitudinal and altitudinal zonation of vegetation is illustrated below. Latitude is an angle which ranges from 0 degree at the equator to 90 degree at the poles. Altitude, how high a place is located above the sea level is called the altitude of the place. See here, it is illustrated altitudinal and latitudinal zonation of vegetation is illustrated in a diagrammatic way. Please go through it. Next, I am going to teach about the effect of temperature. It is also, how many points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4 points. You will get as a 3-mark question. Effect of temperature. The following physiological processes are influenced by temperature. Temperature affects the enzymatic action of all the biochemical reactions in a plant. Okay, it affects the biochemical reactions. It influences carbon dioxide and oxygen solubility in the biological systems, increase respiration and stimulate growth of seedlings. Then low temperature with high humidity can cause spread of disease in plants. The varying temperature with moisture determine the distribution of the vegetation type also. These are the effects of temperature. It's a 3-mark question children. Okay children, I'll stop with this. And today's homework, from the beginning onwards, I'll mark and give a 2-mark question, 3-mark question, differentiate effects like that. All the marked questions of today's portion is the homework for you. Children, please complete it. Okay children, I'll meet you in my next class. Bye.